shoot despite having tested positive for COVID, which he called an error of judgment.
CBS's Charlie famer Chris Everett says she has ovarian cancer. This is CBS.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
On our first date, we had masks on and kept 6 feet apart. Now, we're a lot closer.
Just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
It's 12 degrees at 9:04. Good morning, I'm Dave Maurer. Several forensic services have been halted in Saginaw County after more than $116,000 went unpaid to the Michigan Institute of Forensic Science and Medicine. The private examining institute says the county had made all of its previous payments on time, but services are being held up after the most recent quarterly invoice sent on November 9th was not paid by its December 1st due date or the late payment deadline Friday. The county board had previously made moves to end their relationship with the institute following the firing of medical examiner Dr. Russell Bush in November. But Controller Robert Bellman said on December 22nd the county would make a payment before the new year after claiming issues with financial software to prevent a service stoppage. The services the Institute says it will be withholding include providing death certificates, medical examiner services, autopsy services, and forensic toxicology reports, among other death-related services. County officials could not be reached for comment. Police have released the name of the mother arrested in connection to the death of her 22-month-old son, Tony Jackson. 24-year-old Cassandra Jacker was arrested and charged Thursday in Saginaw County Court on one count of involuntary manslaughter, a 15-year felony. Jacker's charges come following the arrest of the boy's father, 28-year-old Tony Lipsy Jackson, into their son's death last Saturday. Police say Lipsy Jackson called 911 and told them his son had fallen down the stairs. Investigators say the baby arrived at the hospital with severe injuries and was pronounced dead shortly after, but the death was ruled a homicide after it was determined the injuries did not match up to the claims made by the parents. The father remains jailed. The Jacker was listed in the Saginaw County Jail as well, with her bond set at $6,500, and is expected back in court on January 21st. Tony Jackson's death was Saginaw's first homicide of 2022. Cleveland Manor, a low-income apartment building for seniors in Midland, has received a $50,000 grant from the Consumers Energy Foundation to help renovate 105 apartments. Cleveland Manor's original building, Cleveland Manor 1, was built in 1968 and now needs plumbing and electrical upgrades. The planned renovation will also provide residents with amenities, quality of life, such as walk-in showers and upgraded water heaters. The estimated budget for the project is $3.48 million. A grant from the Consumers Energy Foundation brings the total raised from charitable sources to $2.75 million. Cleveland Manor is providing an additional $300,000 and has more grant applications still under consideration. Cleveland Manor 1, located at 2200 Cleveland Avenue in Midland, was the first apartment building in the city of Midland to provide an affordable rental option for seniors. WSGW News Time, 9:07.
For almost 20 years, Linex Has been the only place to go for quality spray-on bed liner. But did you know they also offer rust-proofing and undercoating?
Their exclusive process will keep your new or used vehicle protected.
The guys at Linex have the only wax-based rust-proofing and military-spec undercoat to ensure years of protection.
In fact, all new vehicles protect. No yearly touch-ups required.
And because their rust-proofing process is wax-based, you won't have any long-term dripping or mess to clean up later. Rust-proof your car, truck, or SUV and protect it year-round.
Linex is located on Wilder Road in Bay City.
Give them a call at 989-671-9820 or call them at their Grand Blanc location, 810-695-9000.
Remember, your new car, truck, or SUV gets a lifetime warranty with no yearly touch-up required.
Again, the number in Bay City is 989-671-9820 or in Grand Blanc, 810-695.
WSGW News Time 9:08. More than $563 billion in federal dollars are headed to Michigan to fix and maintain highway bridges. The Transportation Department said yesterday that the funding is from the Bridge Replacement, Rehabilitation, Preservation, Protection, and Construction Program and will help repair about 1,240 bridges considered to be in poor condition. Improvements also be made to more than 5,950 bridges deemed to be in fair condition. When it comes to kicking the habit, does one sex have an easier time? MNN health reporter Dr. Deanna Lights has more on that.
Women have a tougher time than men getting through that smoking. That's according to a study from Columbia University, where researchers looked at the smoking habits of men and women in 12 countries, where about 60% of the world's smokers live. Amy Richardson is a tobacco treatment counselor at Henry Ford Health System.
I think we can use some of these insights into, what motivates people to stop using tobacco so that we can better inform treatment and national policies around tobacco product warnings and things like that.
Looking to quit smoking? Check out Henry Ford Hospital's Freedom from Smoking class.
What are the biggest issues that car dealers are worried about in 2022? Ought to be with more.
Inflation and availability are the major concerns heading into the new year, says the National Automobile Dealers Association. People can't buy cars that haven't been made, and inventories will remain tight well into the new year. They also can't buy cars they can't afford. At a 6.8% overall inflation rate, the dealers say, compounds rising prices because of shortages. The Auto Dealers Association predicting sales this year of 15.4 million vehicles. Jeff Gilbert, the Michigan News Network.
When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 7520790. I'm Dave Maurer.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Cloudiness early today, plenty of sunshine for this afternoon. Highs will top out near 19 degrees. Winds northeasterly 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies and light winds. Lows drop to 3 above. Sunday, an abundance of sunshine. Highs warm into the lower 20s. Winds south around 5 miles per hour. Sunday night, it becomes mostly cloudy. Winds will be light. Lows fall back to 13. Looking ahead to Monday, mainly cloudy. Highs reach 30. And then Monday night, cloudiness remains in place and lows head down to 16. With the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now, it's 12.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. From around your block to around the world, The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to a Saturday edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW from my Saginaw Spirit home studio. And this morning from his now home studio, we say, just a moment. Let me introduce you first.
Okay.
He's Ernie Krieger. Okay, I introduced you.
Well, thank you. I was going to say, this being a first for me to be able to see you in your home studio, I noticed that there's a little bit of a glare coming off the very top. We might want to tune that lighting down a little.
All right, I'll put my hand up here like that. How's that?
Morning, Arthur.
Good morning, Ernie. The reason he's saying that is you can watch us on twitch.tv, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff.
This is pretty neat.
Yeah, it's the modern world, you know. So
yes, it is.
Today, and I have mentioned this during the week a couple of times in promoting this, this is kind of a special show for us, and we will be telling you why throughout the morning. But I was trying to go back and decide when we first started these, you know, quiz the quack repairman stuff. I think it was 1979 was the first one we tried. And so, you know, that puts us in a position of doing this for a long time, 4 decades plus.
Oh yeah, just think of the great grandparents, the grandparents, the parents, the kids, and now the kids that we've corrupted over the years.
Yeah. Now, let me start out by telling everybody this is not going away. It's going to continue. We're not here to tell you, hey, it's all over. Goodbye. That's not what this is about this morning. Actually, what this is a modification in our WSGW programming schedule, which will change Saturday mornings, which we'll tell you about. But the things we do with Ernie and the other folks we have on this consumer hour are going to move to Friday mornings at either 9 or 10 o'clock. Those 2 hours have been set aside during the week. One of them will always be an open line hour, and the other will be a consumer hour.
Pretty cool.
It is. Now, what's going to happen here on Saturdays is pretty cool, too. Mike Avery's show will be heard from 6 to 9 a.m. on both the AM and FM.
Okay.
And at 9 o'clock, a brand new program for us called The Money Pit. It is a show on home improvement, how to do it around your house. And we'll tell you more about that later on, but it is a national show and extremely popular around the country. So it should be a good time. But you and I, Ernie, we were reminiscing off air the other day about some of the early days and your time at D'Ambrose and working with Gene Riley, who always told me, boy, have I got a microwave. I can put you in this microwave. And I always said, I won't fit, Gene. But those are the good days. Boy, I'll tell you, they go back. That's the 70s.
Yep.
Some of the stuff we did back then, live shows. And
I'll tell you, back then, Art, if you remember, D'Ambrose was really on the cutting edge, especially when it came to microwave ovens. We would bring microwaves in the truckloads and set them up like a pyramid on the showroom floor. And within a week, if not less, if they had a promotion going on, all of those would be gone, and we'd be waiting for the next wave of microwaves to come in.
That was the new toy on the block, you know, and it was the new science, you know, and Amana built them to last forever.
Yeah, they're still out there cooking.
Some of them are still out there cooking. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if I remember right, D'Ambrose also owned for a while the Curtis Mathis showroom. Remember that name? That's the name we have for a long time.
Yes, I can still remember and watch the promo that we did introduce Curtis Mathis to the area, where there was a TV that was on Davis Road that we ran over to show that it was the end of the old era, and we were bringing in this new brand Curtis Mathis with an 8-year warranty on all parts and labor.
And then I mentioned Gene Riley was kind of the spokesman at the time for D'Ambrose's agency, and did a lot of work with Gene. And and did
Gene and I were attached at the hip. In fact, just a little footnote: back 37 years ago, out here on the bay, Gene was the gentleman that married my wife and I. And who said that would never last?
Yeah, most of us.
Yeah, thanks.
How she's put up with you, I don't know. But then again, my wife's put up with me for even longer. So
she's a saint.
Yeah,
your wife.
Yeah, I understand. And by the way, folks at home, if you have any questions about major appliance repair, Ernie is here to answer them.
Sure.
As always, 989-752-6111 or toll free in the state of Michigan, 866-790 WSGW. But we just thought we'd take time and reminisce. And then you left Danbros when?
October of 89.
Was it that late?
Yes.
Danbros was in business that long. I forgot that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
You started Ernie Krieger service, to which you said, "Yeah, I'll never have major employees. I'll never have anything. I'll be out on the road and do my thing." And
Well,
then 17 texts later,
things got a little out of control. But
you think?
And I've been fortunate. My son Ernie the third is controlling the reins. I still go in every day, but he's working with the technicians and the manufacturers to make sure that we have the skills and the technical ability to put some of these nightmares to bed.
And then in your other life too, we should tell everybody you are the chairman of the Bay County Commission.
Well, there was a change this year. I was chairman last year. Tom Herrick is now chairman this
Oh,
year.
okay. All right.
But I still represent the 2nd District, which is half of Bangor Township and Coquitlam Township, and have been very fortunate and still feel that I have a lot to contribute. And of course, my big push has always been the shoreline.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the state park.
Yeah, absolutely. And are we doing better in that?
It's a challenge right now. Annie Rummel, who is with Great Lakes Bay Convention and Visitors Bureau, is leading a push to do better things in the Great Lakes Bay region. And one of them is to help with funding to look at the possibility of putting a fishing pier out into the bay, which would give access, more access to the bay for individuals that don't have a boat that would like to be able to take part in some of the fisheries that we have in the Saginaw Bay area.
Off the state park?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be
So
nice.
we're moving forward. Anytime you're dealing with, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but anytime you're dealing with bureaucrats, it's a very trying
It's an interesting
task.
time. Yeah.
There you go.
Keeps you
But,
sharp.
like Save Our Shoreline, which is now 20 years old, some of us just aren't smart enough to give up.
All right. So Ernie and I will be chatting, but we'd love to talk to you too. So if you have
Sure.
a piece of equipment you need to get fixed, give Ernie a call here. Or if you just want to chime in on the conversation, you can do that too. Here on the Art Lewis Show for a Saturday morning as we chat with Ernie Krieger on our last Saturday show.
Yep.
But not the last show we'll ever do together. And we'll remind everybody of that again. We're going to take a break and then we will return with more right after these notes.
I'm attorney Jerry Reif, and I have practiced law in mid-Michigan for over 3 decades. Many of you have attended my monthly workshops where you have learned about estate planning, asset protection planning, avoiding nursing home costs, and how to save the family farm. Would you like to understand more about these topics? I'm offering 3 free e-booklets about estate planning, farm succession planning, and Medicaid planning.
To get your free e-booklet, go to jerryrifelawyer.com to download any or all of the e-booklets or call 989-790-1461 to request a copy.
My e-booklet, Understanding Medicaid, describes Medicaid, Medicare, and the difference between them. If estate planning is confusing to you, estate planning basics, and you'll find that it is a helpful guide for your future planning. If you have a farming operation and want to save it for future generations, then get my e-booklet, Estate Planning for Farmers.
If you want any of these free e-booklets, go to jerryrifelawyer.com or call 989-790-1461 to request your free copy.
Sticks, Saturday, March 19th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Born in Chicago, raised on rock and roll, Tommy Shaw and Sticks. Tickets start at $44 and on sale now at the Soaring Eagle and Eagles Landing box offices or online at etix.com. Sticks, playing all the hits. Saturday, March 19th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Get your play with Sticks at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Sticks, Saturday, March 19th at Soaring Eagle Casino. Tickets on sale now. Details at SoaringEagleCasino.com.
For extraordinary care in the Great Lakes Bay region, you know just where to go. Covenant Healthcare. Emergency, urgent care, or primary care provider. Call or text Covenant Healthcare Connect 989-583-3135 and we'll help you decide. Covenant Healthcare.
More than 1 in 3 people will face cancer in their lifetime. Unfortunately, fear can stop you from. It won't stop cancer. Early detection can save your life. Don't wait for symptoms to appear to act. Cancer screening is safe, effective, and accessible for everyone, including free or low-cost screening programs. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com right now for free screening resources and recommendations from the American Cancer Society. Don't wait. Early detection can save your life. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com today. cancerscreeninfo.com.
I know you've been waiting a little bit longer than normal.
Jen's manicure spot needs an extra pair of hands.
Who's at the front desk right now?
Someone who's handy with everything from nail files to spreadsheet files.
Deidre's not coming in today, but we have that whole bachelorette.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast. Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
According to scientific research, the brain begins to decrease memory and cognitive skills as early as your mid-30s. Recent advances have discovered an incredible memory breakthrough that's been anticipated for years. This discovery has seen memory repair in 21 days or less, with a huge boost in concentration and performance. This memory brain booster is called Neuroxin. Neuroxin is now conducting a national memory research survey on improved brain performance. Participants have witnessed an increase in brain power by up to 89%, with noticeable results in just days. It's time to take care of your body's most important resource and experience a focus and clarity like never before. Call now to register while space is available and take advantage of Neuroxin's free bottle offer while supplies last. Space is limited, so call now.
Call 800-605-9618. That's 800-605-9618. Free bottles for a limited time, so call now. 800-605-9618. 800-605-9618.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. Bob Ransom of Primal Tree Stands. In hour number 2, Lieutenant Jason Wickland of the DNR on becoming a conservation officer. Nick Green of MUCC checks in. And in hour number 3, Captain Lance Keene of Steelhead Hunter Charters, but he's in Florida chasing giant tarpon. Listen Sunday mornings at 9 on 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. Art Lewis Show for a Saturday morning. Final Saturday show.
Our last one.
I won't know what to do with the weekends off. It's going to be different.
Well, now that you're older, you'll probably sleep in.
You're right. It's funny because, I mean, you know, I've been at this a long time.
Yes, sir.
58 years, something like that. Never had Saturdays off.
Is that amazing?
They're going to be amazing. Yeah, really will be. Kind of unique. And what will happen again, we'll remind everybody that starting next Saturday, Mike Avery moves to Saturday mornings from 6 to 9 a.m., AM and FM. And then at 9 o'clock on both stations, you will hear a new, to us, national show called The Money Pit. It's all about home improvement. And it's a guy and a gal, and they are great and well known in the industry. So we'll tell you more about it, but looking forward to that. It's going to be kind of unique. And all of our Saturday shows that we do, consumer oriented like this one, are moving to Friday. The Friday morning segment, the Art Lewis Show segment, will be from 9 to 11 as it always is, but we will reserve an open hour on Friday at the end of the week. And we will reserve one of the hours for consumer programs like this. So the guests that you would normally hear, like Ernie, will be on Fridays instead of Saturdays. That's the only difference.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
it's refreshing.
Will you still be broadcasting from your home station?
I do believe that's the case. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see any end in that in sight.
Very nice.
As you can tell, my office space has been cluttered up with all kinds of things that weren't normally here. But we've been doing this now, let's see, It's going to be coming on 2 years in March that we've been
All right.
broadcasting from home.
Thank you, Dick Garber.
Yeah, well, he's sponsoring the Saginaw Spirit home studio.
Yes.
It was funny because I always kidded the guys. They have the main studios back at the station are named, sponsored,
Yeah.
and I was always jealous.
Not you.
Yeah.
Say it's not true, Art.
Craig Goslin said, "We want to sponsor your studio." I said, "That's good. That works for me." And I'm associated with the Spirit anyway, so it works out. Which reminds me, they have a game tonight. Yay!
Very good.
On the ice after a couple of weeks, there's been cancellations, postponements. The league is just torn apart because of it. They've had to reschedule games and all kinds of things. So, but at least they're playing.
Yes.
Good news. All right, so let's turn our attention to what you do for a living, appliance repair and all that good stuff. And not only does he do it, but at one time, Ernie used to teach HVAC systems and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Delta
Almost 37 years at Delta College in refrigeration, air conditioning. Long time.
Yeah, long time. How has that stuff changed? I mean, if you look back to the 80s and the appliances that were built back then, particularly refrigeration, and you look at refrigeration today, do they resemble each other?
No. I mean, we have new refrigerants that are out there now instead of the R12, which was, back in my era when it started in the 60s.
Well, that was the standard, wasn't it?
Yes. And then 134A came into the picture, and everybody thought, there was going to be devastation. And there were a lot of old time refrigeration techs that dropped out of the industry. And now we have more of a butane refrigerant that we're using. And again, R600 is the brand on that refrigerant. And a lot more of the refrigeration techs have dropped out. For some people, change is tough to get. And in our industry, we don't have a major influx of technicians coming in that need to be trained and schooled on how to deal with this new R600. So it's made it a challenge. And then when it comes to the components, back in the day, we only had a compressor that ran at one speed. Well, now we have all these high tech, like you said, here we are, both of us looking at each other where we never would have had that before unless we were doing a remote. Well,
Right.
Now we have refrigerators that are smart enough to tell a compressor whether it needs to run half the speed or 3/4 the speed or 100% of the RPMs that are needed. And all that's done electronically. And it's made it a lot more challenging to diagnose. And it's also made it more expensive to repair. So,
I mean, are there any appliances out there that are not computer controlled anymore?
on the lower end, you may find some that have a traditional turn the knob type cold control and just a 1-speed compressor. But I would say 80% of them all have some type of electronics now that are different than what you would have seen even 15 years ago.
And what about the quality?
Well, that's a sad situation. The industry's going through changes. Things have all been looked at. I won't say have been cheapened, but the quality of the material is less than it was, let's say 15 years ago. Today, whatever product you buy, whether you're spending $800 or $1,800, the lifespan on this stuff is only running 7 to 10 years, which is pretty bad. And occasionally I'll have somebody I talk to that says, well, I have this dryer that's 12 years old and I have this washer that's 18 years old and I need a new dryer. Do I buy both? And I'm from old school. It's like, unless the washer is not working, I'd run that puppy till it dies, because you'll never find a machine that's going to last as long as what you've got right now.
Yeah, it's a sad commentary. We are living in an age of supply chain shortages. How you doing for parts and stuff like that?
It's been a challenge for these manufacturers. You have some people that have units that are less than a year old that I can't get a control board for, and the manufacturers are kind of stringing these people out, making them wait on a machine that they can't use. So it's been tough. And when you go back to these manufacturers, they don't really have the ability to give you an ETA of when they expect that part to be shipped to me to be able to fix Mrs. Jones' washer that's in the basement not working.
Because they don't know.
Correct.
Are they
changing times?
Are they willing to stand behind their products today, though? For the most part,
if the consumer gets to the right person in customer relations, they might be able to push that envelope to get it exchanged, but it's hard for that to happen. If a consumer has a legit complaint on a functional part and they're persistent, they may succeed. But if it's a door panel that had a dent or a scratch in it, good luck. You're going to end up waiting maybe months for that door to be exchanged.
So let's talk about air conditioners for a minute, because
Sure.
The window air conditioner looks pretty much the same as it did years ago.
Well, they have a different. They do have a different refrigerant for the longest time. R22 was the refrigerant of choice. Now you've got a different refrigerant called 410. Runs at higher pressures, and again, it's different than what was out there. So some of the old timers decided to hang up their gauges and move on to bigger and better things. So, and with air conditioners, they have come down in price. The problem that most consumers have is what they bought 5 years ago was a certain size. Now, when that goes out and they need to replace it, what's out there in industry is a size different. And so now it may not fit that opening. And so in some cases, if parts are available, they're stuck having to get that one fixed. But again, the key to it is if parts are available.
That's the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is the key.
Yeah.
Will that air conditioner last as long? Does it cool as efficiently?
Yes. The thing that, over the years, you and I have always hammered the fact that, when you start seeing that white fuzzy snow in July floating in the air, that means that air conditioner's running and it's sucking that cottonwood into the backside. And if you're not careful and those coils plug up, immediately that unit's running longer and harder, and the temperature in that room isn't getting as cold as it should. So they do need to be maintained on a regular basis.
All right. If you have a major appliance and you have a question about how it's running or not running, give Ernie a call here at 989-752-6111. Toll-free number is 866-790-WSGW, and we will be back with more right after these notes.
Beat the winter blues and get away from the cold. How
So,
far
Arthur.
is up to you. Let Capoco Community Credit Union help you get where you want to go with a vacation loan. See a Capoco Community Credit Union loan officer today and ask how they can help. Whether it's to a tropical island or just any place with palm trees, a vacation is easy with Capoco Community Credit Union. Find out more at capoco.org. Member NCUA.
According to scientific research, the brain begins to decrease memory and cognitive skills as early as your mid-30s. Recent advances have discovered an incredible memory breakthrough that's been anticipated for years. This discovery has seen memory repair in 21 days or less, with a huge boost in concentration and performance. This memory brain booster is called Neuroxin. Neuroxin is now conducting a national memory research brain performance, and you can participate. Participants have witnessed an increase in brain power by up to 89%, with noticeable results in just days. It's time to take care of your body's most important resource and experience a focus and clarity like never before. Call now to register while space is available, and take advantage of Neuroxin's free bottle offer while supplies last. Space is limited, so call now.
Call 800-605-9618. That's 800-605-9618. Free bottles for a limited time. So call now. 800-605-9618. 800-605-9618.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business Comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
On our first date, we had masks on and kept 6 feet apart. Now,
just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
RocketGrabPlus.com. The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here always giving you the deals that you need. You can get tons of half-off deals going on right now from Uplift Creative, Purple Palette, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
The Saginaw Spirit play here.
Wong out of the box, picks it up at center. Nick Wong moving in right circle.
Tune in for Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit return to the ice for a Saturday night showdown against their rivals, the Flint Firebirds. Coverage begins at 6:50 p.m. on 100.5 News Radio WSGW. Great seats are still available. For ticket information.
Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on WSGW.
This is the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios, 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
And we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show for a Saturday morning, chatting with Ernie Krieger from Ernie Krieger Appliance Service and Parts on Bay Road in Saginaw. If you have any questions about your appliances, give us a call, 989-752-6111. Toll free, 866-790-WSGW on this final Saturday edition of the shows. You'll start hearing them on Fridays going forward. And again, just to remind you, next Saturday, you will hear Mike Avery from 6 to 9 a.m., AM and FM. And at 9 o'clock, a brand new national show called The Money Pit, which refers to your house and keeping it up to date and in good repair. I guess that also goes to appliances, doesn't it, Ernie? Because they can be a money pit too.
Yes. When I think about changes, they have refrigeration systems that are out there that says they have a 10-year warranty on the compressor. What the little secret is, that just covers the part. It doesn't cover the installation.
Oh,
and in
good.
some cases on some of these units, it's pretty involved. And so you could have, in some cases, up to $1,000 with a trip and labor to change that compressor. And so if your unit, let's say, is 8 years old or coming up on 10, it really isn't much of a decent investment, because when it's all said and done, the rest of that refrigerator is still going to be 8 to 10 years old. So they can become money pits.
Yeah, lovely. Well, the Money Pit show, again, will be on at 9 o'clock. And it's quite a good show. It's a national show. Featuring a host and a hostess, a gal who is also involved in construction and home repair and things of that nature.
Cool.
So I would expect that the calls will reflect that too. We might get women interested in holding the hammer and pounding on the nail, so to speak.
Well, and then like in our industry, I talk to a ton of people every day, and the bulk of the ladies that are out there in most cases are doing the repairs on these appliances more so than the guys in some cases.
That's good.
So it is.
Let's talk. You mentioned this earlier about finding techs and having to train techs. And I know one of your techs was over here to work on our refrigerator a while back.
Yep.
Had another gentleman with him who was in training. Yep. Are you able to find road technicians today?
Sometimes what'll happen is we'll have one or two people that are looking to get into a different industry. And you have to have somebody that has the mechanical aptitude, but they also have to be a person that can deal with the public. And sometimes what'll happen is you've got a great mechanic, but they don't have those people skills. And if they can't convince the person of the house that indeed they've taken care of the problem, even if they did, chances are you're going to go back out because they left that doubt on whether or not indeed it was fixed. It's tough. I had an in being at Delta College with people coming through the refrigeration program. I can always teach somebody how to fix a washer and dryer, but it's tough to get into the complexity of the refrigeration system and being able to use torches in a customer's house without burning things up. So there's a lot that's involved with it. And yes, the answer is it's tough finding technicians. And in today's world, you may find somebody, but for whatever the mindset is, they don't realize that when you hire them, they're supposed to show up for work.
Yeah. Funny thing about that. Yeah.
Yes, we've created a nightmare out there with a whole different generation that just don't have the full understanding of what it is to work for a business.
Yeah. Work ethic.
Yep.
And, I was taught that when I grew up, and I know you were. So,
oh, yeah.
Here we are today.
Yep.
Let's talk for a minute about this concept of throwaways. I mean, it seems to me that a lot of things that are made today, particularly if you look at, for example, microwaves that cost $100.
Yes.
I mean, if it breaks, you don't fix it.
Correct. If it's a countertop, you're not going to fix it. The only exception might be is if you bought a countertop microwave that also had the option for convection. And if you did indeed use the convection feature, that one might be repaired if it's a door interlock switch, something minor. If you can fix it for $100 or less, then you might actually consider it.
We have one of those.
When you get into above the range type microwaves, the space savers, when those first came out, they were $500-600. But today you can get into above the range microwave for less than $200. And again, you don't really fix those in the home. It's more something that you would bring into a shop to minimize the amount of expense. And if you can fix those for, let's say, $100 to $120, then it's repairable. Anything above that, you may as well go out and look for another microwave. And look at our industry. Look at VCRs. Look at, I mean, those are a thing of the past.
Well, you don't even do video anymore. You don't
even back in numbers years ago, what was happening is half of the product that was coming in, 40-inch TVs, plasmas, how could I justify saying to somebody, yeah, we can fix it for $400, but if you went down the street and you looked at a new one, it would be bigger and probably the same cost of what it would cost to fix this. So we couldn't justify it. Half of the stuff coming in was going back out. We needed to make a decision to get out of electronics, and it was the right decision because now, I mean, the price of the stuff has really come down.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back to chat more with Ernie here on the Art Lewis Show for this Saturday morning.
Great Lakes Bay Health Centers would like to remind you that building a will take all of us. That's why we're proud to offer not only COVID testing, but also free COVID vaccines at multiple locations. Visit GreatLakesBayHealthCenters.org for comprehensive information on locations and times near you. The only way this pandemic will end is with us. So let's all do our part to stay healthy and get vaccinated. Please remember to continue following safety measures to keep yourself, your family, and our community safe. Together, we can finally end COVID-19.
BC Powder knows life pushes us to the max. Work to the max. Family to the max. It can all mean pain to the max. He introduces new BC Max Strength. New BC Max relieves tough headaches and body pain at the speed of powder. Nothing stronger on pain without a prescription. Pain to the max? New BC Max. In a great tasting lemonade flavor.
Exocrine would like you to know about an important new study by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has always known. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate, and they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exocrine thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exocrine. Learn more at Exocrine.com.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine Pancreatic Insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Today on Hey Culligan's Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener, here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with the free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
This year, on the Martin Luther King Jr. Day Holiday Special, presented by CBS News Radio, host Nina Turner talks with Priyanka Kumar about the effect Mahatma Gandhi had on King's life and activism. And we will hear the rare audio archives from 1964 of King's peers analyzing MLK's philosophy of nonviolent protests. Right here on the Martin Luther King Special.
Tune in 9 a.m. Monday for the MLK Special on WSGW.
Hello, Michigan. I'm John Gonzalez.
And I'm Amy Sherman. We've got big news.
We're back! And you can join us Sundays at 1 p.m. as we once again go behind the midnight.
We'll take you to every corner of the state, sharing the stories that make Michigan great.
Find a hidden gem or a new favorite spot that might be located right in your hometown.
We'll go above the bridge and taste our way across the state.
Join us Sundays at 1 p.m. right here on 100.5 and 790 News Radio, WSGW.
Arthur.
Yes.
I have a question. With this format being changed, does that mean we won't be doing any remotes on Saturdays?
Yeah. They'll be different. The show remotes won't be on Saturdays, but we might do some on Fridays.
Okay. And then, you know, the exciting thing for me going from Saturdays now to Fridays is we come back into a whole new audience that listens on a regular basis, Monday through Friday when they're at work or they're driving, versus Saturday when sometimes people like to sleep in, like you will be.
And you know, the thing about it, when you think back, this is returning
to
the beginning, because in the beginning we were doing these shows during the week.
Yeah, usually Wednesdays.
Yeah, prior to 1986 or 7, when they didn't codify the fairness doctrine and radio changed into more controversial discussions and political topics and things of that nature. In the 80s, we were doing these shows during the week.
Yes.
And lots of them.
Yes.
And so this, in a way, I don't want to call it a throwback. It's not a throwback. It's a return, though, to the way of doing it in the past.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because it does, as you mentioned, it introduces a new audience to this concept.
Yep.
And it's one day a week. It's on Friday. For those of you that missed the beginning of the program, the Saturday shows, as you know them now, are changing in the morning. Mike Avery will be on from 6 to 9 a.m. on the AM and FM with his Outdoor Magazine, one of the greatest outdoor shows in the country. And then at 9 o'clock, there will be a new show, a national show, new to us, called The Money Pit. It's a home improvement show and features a guy and a gal. And they are really, really good and well respected in the industry. That will be on from 9 to 10 in the morning, replacing what you're hearing right now. The Saturday part of the schedule that features this show will move to Friday, either at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. Those 2 hours are going to be reserved. One of them will always be open, and the other will always be a consumer-type guest. So that's the new format starting next week, actually. This is the last of the Saturday shows, and I have Ernie with me because he was on the first of them. So we
yeah,
it.
I was fortunate. I had dark hair and you had hair when we started.
That's right. And we picked on each other mercifully, and we still do.
With a lot of respect.
Well, we've known each other a long time. Ernie and I have been friends for decades and decades, and broke bread together and been to each other's homes and all that stuff. And we just we get a kick out of picking on each other, I think. We always have.
And it's amazing when you're out in the public and I talk with different people in all different worlds. They all kind of enjoy the fact that I usually end up winning.
Yeah, never. In your dreams. In your dreams. See, some things don't change, friends. You know, it's just
well, this has been we'll say an uneventful morning for people calling in with problems.
Yeah, and that's fine because they were listening. That's no problem.
Yes, and I think that's a great thing.
We weren't pushing it.
Everybody should be excited about what the radio stations changed direction on.
Well, you if you stand still, you get passed.
Yes.
You can't stand still. It's like the appliance business. If you didn't keep up with the technology, you would have been out of business a long time ago. So it's the same thing. You have to change with the times and you go with the flow, as they say.
Well, and, change is tough. My son is very anal on a lot of things, and he is big into technology. And we made a lot of changes at the shop using technology, and it took me a little while to get used to it. But I share my values with him, and he shares his knowledge on technology. And I've actually, like right now, I'm sitting at my kitchen table with everything that would have been in my office. All the computer, my screens and everything.
Yeah.
I never would have dreamt 2 years ago when we made all these changes that I'd be doing this. And here I am talking to you via computer.
And here I am doing the same thing because I have 4 computers in front of me. I have, for those that can see at home, the computer to my left actually controls the radio station studio.
Isn't that something?
It controls the studio, so I can start and stop things. I have another computer here, and I have an iPad down here, and then I have my big computer in front of me with split screen. And it's a different world we live in. Yes. Alyssa, my friend, thank you for taking your Saturday to spend with us.
It was my pleasure. I look forward to our first Friday together.
All right, Ernie. Have a good one.
Take
care.
Be safe.
Yep, you too. Ernie Krieger from Ernie Krieger Appliance Service and Parts on Bay Road in Saginaw. Let me ask how your sleep was last night, because In this world we live in today, we're asked to do more for less. So when you go to bed and theoretically you spend a third of your life there, you really should get quality sleep. Well, you can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you're using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your dollars are spent and they stay right here in the local economy. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And they feature 1 hour window delivery of your mattress to your home. You don't have to wait around all day. And if you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you to your exact specifications. Visit Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom, serving this area since 1935. Set your GPS to 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them on the web at sanitarymattress.com or call them 989-753-1757. Sanitary Mattress.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh and Associates for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Players Lounge at the Bay Valley Resort. You're going to get a for only $10. Their appetizers include fried zucchini, chicken wings, and please don't sleep on their bacon-wrapped shrimp. You can also get burgers, their smokehouse chicken sandwich, and fish and chips. No matter what mood you're in, they've got you covered. Do yourself a favor and head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This is Matt Crowder live at the Shell station on 41st Street, reporting on the free gas app called Get Upside that's letting people all over the country earn cash back on every gallon of gas they buy. Excuse me, miss. Have you heard of the Get Upside gas app?
Of course. People are earning as much as $300 a year with the Get Upside app. It's so easy. Open the app to see nearby. Pick the one you want and get up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time you buy gas.
Wow. Well, there you have it. Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Get Upside gas app and earn up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder, Radio News Network.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to earn up to 25 cents a gallon cash back when you buy gas. Use promo code TODAY for a 50 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 75 cents a gallon on your next fill up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Get up to 75 cents a gallon cash back on your next fill up when you download the free Get Upside app and use promo code TODAY. Promo code.
Well, that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show for this Saturday morning and for Saturdays in the future, too. We'll see you on Monday with lots more here on WSGW. Stick around for Simply Financial with Kevin Ray. That comes along next. Have yourself a great weekend, and maybe we'll see you at the Spirit game tonight.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios.
This is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carl.